In this episode, I'm going to go through 4 different ways that you can negotiate with the supplier to get the best price possible coming up. Have you ever been in a situation where you just found the price to be just too expensive and you had no idea how to lower the price for a Chinese supplier? Did you just stop and give up on the negotiation because you didn't know how to speak any Chinese? In this video, I'm going to show you 4 different ways to go ahead and start negotiating with a supplier to get the best deal possible. Now, I'm not going to promise you this is going to work for everybody, but if you try hard enough, you may get a deal out of it, and who knows? It's a win-win for both of you. So, you all end up pretty happy at the end of the day, right? If you want to see more videos about having a better lifestyle in China as a foreigner, whether it be for business or for tourism, consider subscribing to my channel for I post videos like this every week. Anyways, the first method is directly using Taobao or 1688. There's actually a chat function either in the mobile version or the desktop version where you can directly contact the supplier, whether it be on Taobao or 1688. One downside is they're going to speak Chinese. I've only met one person that can speak English using Taobao services, but that's easy fix. You just use Google Translate, type what you want to type in English, translate into Chinese, copy and paste, and then when they reply to you using Chinese, copy and paste that into Google Translate and you understand what they're saying, and then you can start negotiating there. But this should be the first step to start negotiating with them. You can contact them and say if you can work any deals, especially if you end up buying more than the average person. Some things that may help for your case is to say that you're a long-term investor and you want to make this a long-term cooperation between you and the supplier. It may motivate them to lower the prices every now and then. But if that doesn't work out for you, there's another method you can do, which is number 2. You can contact them directly using WeChat. Most, if not all, I think I've met like 3 people on Taobao that don't have a WeChat ID. You can ask them for the WeChat ID on their Taobao chat or their Alibaba or 1688 chat. And in their WeChat ID, you can go ahead and negotiate more deals with them, maybe see if there's any offers, and you can ask them more detailed questions. Now, why I like using WeChat for negotiation is because there's a translation tool on WeChat. So if they type in Chinese, you can go ahead and translate what they type in Chinese, and it translates it into whatever UI you have your phone set to. And if you type in English or whatever UI your phone is set to, or whatever language you use, they should be able to translate that text into their Chinese language, which is usually Mandarin, and you can continue on with the negotiations. That's why I personally like WeChat. But once you come to an agreement, they may have some things on sale, they may have some things in stock they want to get rid of. You can have those conversations with the supplier and continue on with your deal and maybe continue with the transaction at a cheaper price. If you don't know how to use these WeChat functions, don't worry, I made a video right here. You can go ahead and check it out later. It shows you pretty much all the features you need to know about WeChat, especially as a foreigner, and how to contact people and all these translations and all that. I do recommend you do these with suppliers you trust, because if they ask, okay, we'll do it for this price, but you can't buy it on Taobao, you have to buy it on WeChat, that's a little bit risky. And if you don't have the right payment methods to go ahead and make the deal, then you're gonna lose out on the opportunity to negotiate the pricing. If you don't know how to pay your suppliers and you don't have a Chinese bank account and you want to know how to pay your suppliers, highly consider you look at this video right here, and it goes through the 4 different methods I teach about paying your suppliers in China, especially if you don't have a Chinese bank account. Now on to the 3rd way of negotiating with your supplier if you want to get a cheaper price. And that would be using an agent or a friend. So at least for some, in my cases, I've had some people reach out to me and say, hey, can you talk to the supplier, see if they can get you a better deal. I want to do long-term cooperation with them. I want to buy like over a period of 2 years, maybe 10,000 units, whatever it may be. You can have either that friend that's nice enough to do it for you, go ahead and negotiate with the supplier. And if the supplier actually lives in your friend's city, that's even better, because then they can go face-to-face in person. Or you can hire an agent or contact an agent to do this work for you. They can do the same thing, negotiate with the supplier, and go ahead and maybe get a cheaper deal for you. And if this friend of yours or the agent can pay on the spot, that actually makes the deal more convincing, so the suppliers can see, oh, he's gonna pay for 1,000 units now, like right now, yeah, I'll take the deal, versus having to wait for someone to buy it on Taobao. Now, just something I want to add on to this is if your friend is Chinese, you may have a better deal. I'm just saying it from experience. If you have a foreign face trying to negotiate with the Chinese suppliers, they may give you the foreigner surcharge, if you know what I'm talking about. But if you know a local Chinese person that can fluently speak their language and they can know, okay, they're local people, they may be able to cut a better deal than, let's say, for me, if I were trying to go in there and say I mean business. Even in Chinese, we still may get that little bit of a surcharge. And the fourth and last way to go ahead and get the best negotiation with a supplier is, that's right, in person. That means you do your research. Maybe you come to Guangzhou or to another city where the supplier directly works from, and you visit them in person. You make an appointment with them and you try to have a negotiation. Now, a couple of things that will help you in this situation is have a way to pay them immediately. As I mentioned before, if you can pay them immediately, they may be able to give you a cheaper price than displayed on Taobao or 1688. Another thing is, if you can handle the shipping 100% by yourself. So if you buy a large amount of items with your supplier, it may be hard for them to ship it to the warehouse it needs to go to, and it may be very costly to find all the boxes to ship all the items in. If you can save that hassle for them, just say, hey, I just need the raw items. I have a team myself here that will ship it for you. They may be able to cut that cost off entirely and give you a better deal. I actually made a video about how to easily ship your stuff overseas directly from the supplier. You can check out the video right here that goes to step-by-step on how to do so. And one last thing I recommend if you do it in person is to do your research. What do I mean by that? They're probably not the only supplier of that item. Maybe they are, it's very unique, but in most cases, if it's something with manufacturing, there may be suppliers in other cities that can produce the same thing. If you can come in with the pricing of those competitors and be like, look, this is what they're offering me, here's proof, whether it's through WeChat messages, Taobao, 1688, or direct messages, whatever it may be, here's proof for their pricing. I'm ready to do this transaction right now. Can you offer me a lower price? And usually if you have a combination of handling their shipping, you have the competitor information, you're willing to pay right then and now, you may be able to end up with a deal. I'm not promising you this method will work. This is just from my experience saying, hey, if you want a good deal, you have to go through that extra leg of effort and you may get the better deal from the supplier. It's worth a try, right? It could save you thousands of RMB if you buy in bulk. Of course, if you buy individually, like one or twosies, you may not get that much of a deal, to be honest. So I really wanted to make this video for Agbo Emmanuel. I apologize if I butcher your name, but thank you for following my videos and taking the time to comment them and to follow me on social media. You're an awesome follower and subscriber. So if you have any more questions that I didn't answer in these videos, you know where you can contact me. But for my other viewers and subscribers, if you want to reach out to me with any of these questions personally, feel free to follow me on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, or even in my Facebook group where I answer questions one-on-one and put out as much information as I can that I get from China about doing business or having a better lifestyle. You can also contact me on WeChat directly. I made a group for those people that want to know more about the lifestyle here and how to run business. You can just scan that QR code right there and you can go ahead and join that group. I would appreciate it if you were to join so I can give you more information. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you can start haggling right now because you have the information you need. Keep surviving, and I'll catch you in the next one.